Hi, my name is Mpilo, and I'm gonna be sharing my opinion on the things that are happening in the country. I'm gonna do a brief, explanation of how I wish things could improve in the country of South Africa, and if I was given an opportunity to sit in a room with decision makers, how I would point out certain things maybe they have been overlooking for quite a number of years. But I'm going to do so in the Department of Police because we have been seeing lots of things unfolding at the Madlanga Commission. We have been hearing lots of things that were very unsettling about how the police have been running their business, be it the Metro Police, be it the South African Police Service, and so forth. So this has gotten me asking quite a number of questions about the connections between the minister's lack of knowledge in the police duties, as well as local level management of police service, which is MECs or MMCs in public safety portfolios, those sorts of portfolios, so to say, or those sorts of positions, so to say. Now they overlook a few important factors among politicians, and that is not everyone is going to understand how the police operate. Not everyone is going to understand the work it actually takes to be a police officer, the sort of pressures that you are under as a police officer. We know that South Africa has some of the highest crime rates, so we need people who have zero tolerance for crime. And this is how dangerous the situations we found ourselves in are. We find peoples who try too hard to please everyone and forget to do the actual job they're required to do simply because they don't want to be politically incorrect. And at the same time, they don't want to lose their lives because amalokunja, the criminals, balwa force. What we need is police reform, firstly. Secondly, what we need is to give more rights to police officers. Once you are being convicted of a crime or even caught red-handed doing criminal activities, your rights should be suspended immediately. Awukwazi ungitshela ukuthi you are doing a cash in transit heist and a police officer sees you doing a cash in transit heist. When the police officer wants to shoot you, you cry human rights. No, that's nonsense. We should suspend such nonsense. There should be no human rights for criminals. A criminal is not a human. If you do things like that, putting children's lives in danger, putting community safety at a risk, then you are not a human. You are an animal and you should be hunted down like an animal. Because you are inconsiderate. In fact, you are selfish. You are selfish and greedy. And you need to be treated like a person who's selfish and greedy. Now, another thing I want to talk about is police vehicles. There's been a lot of chats going on and on here at the Madlanga Commission about how Ekurhuleni Police Department had no vehicles. So, a person like Ket Matlala, which has lots of money, he's a well-known criminal. Even he could bribe the police because they had no vehicles. That's disgusting. You should not put police in a situation where they end up taking bribes from criminals simply because they do not have much material to work with. We know the amounts of guns these criminals have access to. We know the amounts of cars these criminals have access to. Heck, these criminals live more lavish lifestyles than some of our politicians. And we think they would fail to bribe the police? Of course, they won't fail to bribe the police. So we must make sure we give our police state of the art equipment. We must make sure we give our police the best police stations. We must make sure we give our police proper running cars. And we must give them fuel allowance. I mean, you have some officers bacela drink just ukuthi befake petrol in order to go to work. And last but not least, there must be a superior standing at each and every single place where each and every single police officer is supposed to be on duty during the day in order to monitor them. Monitoring is not done in a way that it is supposed to be done. Umuntu engafike ehambe laphana eyolanda ingane yakhe esikoleni ngemoto yomsebenzi ebuye ishiye ekubo and then come back do another random errands, mhlambe yothenga igrosa ngemoto yomsebenzi, come back, go to their girlfriend, come back. Sonke lesikhathi you are thinking the man was patrolling. Meanwhile, he was busy with his own things, and imotiti, this guy was working. Because umubuki checker, ubuguti, around lama circles afana. How do you know he's really doing the job if you are not checking up on him? That's another thing ekufuneka ilungiswe. And last but not least, there's this thing called citizen review mechanisms that operates across all police stations. I feel like most members of the community are not aware. Maybe the members who are part of the safety cluster as well as the community policing forums end up being the only ones who are there. Some of them who are linked to certain political parties. I will not mention the name, otherwise it will ruin this entire video, but we all know who they are. They end up being the ones who go there on behalf of the citizens, right? That's nonsense. I'm gonna avoid saying strong language, but that's nonsense. That should not be the case. If you, as Mpilo Mpanza, feel the responsibility to go there and ukhulume, you should be able to go there and ukhulume. Not because ugi position so and so, but simply because you are a citizen who's concerned about the well-being of your city, the well-being of your town, the well-being of your village, or whatever the case may be. You should not be intimidated by these politicians to feel less than the citizens we are. We have South African IDs. We were born in South Africa. Some of us are indigenous South Africans. We have a right. In fact, we demand accountability from all departments that are in charge of taking care of us. You shouldn't tell me I should not have an opinion just because I'm in a position ethile. Ekubeni wena, you are meant to serve me as a citizen. Should mina kusafuneka complain about your bad behavior just because mina kufuneka ngilalele wena ngoba nakho ugqoke uniform? That's not what the Constitution says. That's not what the South African legal framework says. So we are sick and tired of peoples who end up taking advantage of the fact that peoples in their communities are uneducated. Peoples in their communities do not know their rights. We are saying, as South Africans, we should exercise our rights. We should be able to bring each and every single person in the Department of Police to account to us as the citizens, because our legal framework allows us to do so. If we can do those things, There's no need for police amendments. There's no need for any of that. The only amendments to the Police Act I would do is to introduce more decentralization. Futhi nakhona, it's only because lento yokuthi yonke into ibe controlled at the center. We saw what happens when a police minister ends up abusing that power. We all saw it. Other than that, akho lutho edinga ukushintsha bafethu. Ngibonga kakhulu nibe nosuku oluhle. Hi, this is Mpilo. If you like this video, please click on the subscribe button below. Click the notification bell so that you can be informed whenever I release the video. Don't forget to share and like, comment below. Your engagement can help me grow this channel faster than I ever thought. Thanks for watching. Bye.